$500,000 a year sounds like the dream. Top 1% income, financial security, wealth building on steroids. But data from the IRS Statistics of Income and the Federal Reserve Survey of Consumer Finances tells a different story, one that might shock you if you're earning six figures in an expensive city. Let's take the example of a Manhattan lawyer earning $500,000 per year. On the surface, this seems like an enormous amount of money. However, when you factor in the cost of living in Manhattan, the picture changes dramatically. According to data from the Council for Community and Economic Research, the cost of living index in Manhattan is over 146% higher than the national average. This means that our $500,000 earner is actually facing expenses that are nearly 2.5 times higher than someone living in a more affordable area. But let's dig deeper into what this actually means in real dollars and cents. Housing costs, the biggest wealth killer. For instance, the median sales price of a home in Manhattan is over $1.2 million, with some neighborhoods like the Upper East Side and Tribeca reaching as high as $2,000 per square foot. According to a 2023 report from Zillow, the median price per square foot in Manhattan is $2,456, compared to just $285 in suburban New Jersey. In contrast, a similar home in a suburban area might cost $300,000 to $500,000. This disparity in housing costs alone can significantly impact an individual's ability to accumulate wealth. Let's break this down numerically. If our Manhattan lawyer purchases a $2 million apartment with a 20% down payment, they're looking at $400,000 upfront and a mortgage of approximately $1.6 million. At a 7% interest rate over 30 years, that's roughly $10,600 per month in mortgage payments alone. Add property taxes, which in Manhattan can run 85% of property value annually. That's another $17,000 per year or $1,417 monthly. Combined, housing-related expenses hit $11,000 plus per month or $132,000 annually. In contrast, a suburban attorney earning $120,000 might purchase a $400,000 home with 20% down $80,000 and a $320,000 mortgage. At the same 7% rate, that's roughly $2,130 monthly. Suburban property taxes average 0.8-1.2% annually, adding approximately $3,200 $4,800 yearly. Total monthly housing costs in the suburbs, approximately $3,500 or $42,000 annually. The housing cost differential alone is $90,000 per year, nearly the suburban attorney's entire gross income. Daily living expenses add up faster than you think. Furthermore, other expenses such as food, transportation, and entertainment are also much higher in Manhattan. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, a meal at a mid-range restaurant in Manhattan averages $35, $45 per person, compared to $18.25 in suburban areas. A monthly subway pass in Manhattan is $133, compared to $0 if you own a paid-off car in the suburbs. Groceries are approximately 20-25% more expensive in Manhattan. A dozen eggs cost $4.50 versus $2.50 in suburban areas. Childcare in Manhattan averages $200, $500, $300 per month for quality options versus $100, $200, $800 in the suburbs. These expenses add up quickly. If our Manhattan lawyer spends $200 weekly on groceries, $10, $400 annually versus $100 in the suburbs, $5, $200, that's a $5, $200 annual gap. If they eat out twice weekly at $40 per meal, $4, $160 annually versus once weekly at $22 in the suburbs, $1, $144, that's another $3,000 plus gap. Transportation alone, taxi rides averaging $15, $25 versus occasional gas expenses, can easily run $3,000, $5,000 annually more. On the other hand, the suburban advantage, a suburban attorney earning $120,000 per year might seem like they're at a significant disadvantage. However, when you consider the lower cost of living in these areas, the difference in take-home pay is not as drastic as it initially appears. With a lower cost of living index, often 15-25% lower than the national average, our suburban attorney can enjoy a similar standard of living to their Manhattan counterpart, but with more money left over for savings and investments. But here's where it gets really interesting. Let's look at actual take-home numbers after taxes, housing, and basic living expenses. Manhattan lawyer $500,000 gross. Federal income tax 37% bracket plus FICA, $187,500 state income tax NY8. 82% $44 100 gross taxes paid, $231. 600 net income, $268 400 housing expenses, $132,000 daily living expenses, food, transport, utilities, $36,000 childcare, $36,000 subtotal committed expenses, $204,000 remaining, $64 400 annually suburban attorney, $120,000 gross federal income tax 22% bracket plus FICA, $18 360 state income tax and J3. 876%, $4 651 gross taxes paid, $23,011 net income, $96 989 housing expenses, $42,000 daily living expenses, $60,000 childcare, $18,000 subtotal committed expenses, $76,000 remaining, tilde $20,989 annually. While the Manhattan lawyer has more discretionary income, the percentage of income available for wealth building is dramatically different. 24% for the suburban attorney versus 12% for the Manhattan attorney. The Psychology of High Income, Lifestyle Inflation, as Dr. Thomas J. Stanley, author of The Millionaire Next Door, notes, it's not how much you make but how much you keep that matters. This statement highlights the importance of considering the cost of living when evaluating one's financial situation. It's not just about the raw income number, it's about what you can afford to do with that income. But there's another layer to this, the psychological pressure that comes with high income in expensive cities. In addition to the financial aspects, lifestyle choices also play a significant role in determining true wealth. A high-earning individual in an expensive city might feel pressure to maintain a certain image or status, leading to increased spending on luxury items, travel, and entertainment. This can create a cycle of consumption that's difficult to break, making it challenging to accumulate wealth. A study by Charles Schwab found that 64% of millennials and 52% of Gen X respondents believe that keeping up with the latest trends and technologies is essential to their lifestyle. This mindset can lead to a never-ending cycle of consumption, where individuals feel compelled to constantly upgrade and improve their possessions, rather than focusing on long-term financial goals. The Manhattan attorney might feel pressure to wear designer clothing, $150, $300 per item vs. $40, $80 in the suburbs, vacation in luxury destinations, $8,000, $15,000 per trip, maintain memberships to exclusive clubs, $5,000, $25,000 annually, drive a luxury vehicle, $60,000, $150, $000 purchase price, provide private school education, $30,000, $55,000 annually. These lifestyle expenditures can easily consume $40,000, $80,000 annually, eating into that remaining discretionary income. In contrast, suburban areas often offer a more laid-back atmosphere, where the emphasis is on community and family rather than material possessions. This can lead to a more frugal lifestyle, where individuals prioritize saving and investing over conspicuous consumption. Public schools are often quite good, reducing education costs. The social pressure to maintain status through consumption is significantly lower. The case study, John and Sarah. To illustrate this point, consider the case of John and Sarah, two attorneys who graduated from Harvard Law School in 2005. John took a high-paying job at a top Manhattan law firm, earning $500,000 per year after 15 years of career development. Sarah opted for a smaller firm in suburban Connecticut, earning $120,000 per year with a strong work-life balance. Initially, John's higher salary seemed like a significant advantage. His friends and colleagues viewed him as the more successful one. However, after factoring in the cost of living, taxes, and lifestyle choices, the difference in their take-home wealth accumulation was not as substantial as expected. Over 15 years, 2005-2020, here's what happened. Joan Manhattan, average annual housing, taxes, and living expenses, $210,000 average annual discretionary income, $60,000, but lifestyle inflation consumed average $50,000 annually net annual savings, $10,000 15-year savings, $150,000 before investment growth. Sarah Suburban, average annual housing, taxes, and living expenses, $78,000 average annual discretionary income, $21,000 disciplined savings of $18,000 annually minus 15-year savings, $270,000 before investment growth, plus a paid-off home equity of $180,000 accelerated mortgage payments, investment account value at 7% annual return, $670,000 by 2020. Sarah had accumulated nearly $850,000 in net wealth, while John had only $400,000, and his $2 million apartment, while appreciating, came with $1.6 million in mortgage debt still owed. Tax implications, the hidden drain. Another critical aspect to consider is tax implications. While a $500,000 salary might put you in a higher tax bracket, the tax benefits of itemizing deductions, such as mortgage interest and property taxes, can help mitigate this effect. However, in high-cost areas like Manhattan, these deductions might not be enough to offset the increased tax liability. Furthermore, high earners face phase-outs on certain deductions, and the alternative minimum tax, AMT, can apply, reducing the benefit of deductions even further. The SALT state and local tax deduction cap of $10,000 annually means high earners in states like New York and New Jersey receive minimal tax benefit from their property taxes, further eroding the wealth-building potential of high incomes in expensive areas. The compounding effect over time. As expert financial advisor Dave Ramsey notes, the key to building wealth is not how much you make, but how much you save and invest. This statement emphasizes the importance of living below your means and prioritizing long-term financial goals over short-term desires. When you compound these differences over 30 years, the typical working career, the gap becomes astronomical. The suburban attorney investing even modest amounts consistently at 7% annual returns builds substantially more wealth than the high-income earner who saves inconsistently due to lifestyle inflation. Conclusion: it's not about the number. In conclusion, while a $500,000 salary might seem like the key to financial security, the reality is often more complex. The high cost of living in cities like Manhattan, combined with tax implications and lifestyle choices, can negate the benefits of a high salary. In contrast, suburban areas offer a lower cost of living, allowing for greater wealth accumulation and a more frugal lifestyle. As we've seen through the examples and case studies, it's essential to consider the bigger picture when evaluating one's financial situation. It's not just about the raw income number, it's about what you can afford to do with that income and how you choose to allocate your resources. By prioritizing savings, investments, and long-term financial goals, individuals can build wealth and achieve financial security, regardless of their income level or location. The real wealth builders understand this fundamental truth. Earning $500,000 in Manhattan and keeping $60,000 for wealth building is inferior to